The press conference. So I'll start from now. We have 5 speakers. In the middle is the General Superintendent of the Public Relations, Mr. Xie. To his right is from the support unit, and from his right is from the Public Relations Center Superintendent, Mr. Jiang. To the far right is Mr. Ye from the Organized Crime and Triad, Mr. Li. Mr. Xie, start from you. Good afternoon. Before I shall brief you about police operations today, I shall respond to the 2 cases which called a lot of attention from the residents. In the morning, a footage was shown in Yuanlang showing that police conducted force in the hospital. And what I want to say that we do not accept violence or tolerate these violence. At the end of June, we received a complaint by this person's son, but the complaint unit failed to make contact with them. And we saw this footage, and we thought the situation is pretty serious. So proactively, we gave the case to New Territories Southern Police Station to have criminal investigation. Now, 2 police officers were arrested, charged of the crime of physical injuries. I have to reiterate, the police will not tolerate any violence, especially when it has something to do with police officers. Those who understand the law still conduct violence. We won't connive such behaviors, and we shall conduct our behaviors according to the law. The Hong Kong police is professional, and we shall continue to safeguard public order and safety as well as residents' interests. And about a criminal case in Zhangguan-O. From last night to this morning, we've had some investigation. At around 1:30 in the morning today, a resident called police saying that in Zhangguan-O's walking tunnel, and one criminal case happened. A person used knife to attack another. Around 1 o'clock and 4 minutes, police arrived at the venue. The criminal unit of Zhangguan-O is in charge of that. We've just arrested a male at the age of 50 years old in Luohu, Shenzhen. He's under criminal investigation, charged of the crime of physical injury. We strongly reiterate that police will not accept any violences, no matter what kind of backgrounds those persons have. We shall equally and fairly conduct investigation. And about what concerned by the residents. We understand that inconveniences, disturbances caused by the public demonstrations happen, so we hope that protesters can respect other normal life. And we've taken notice that on the internet, somebody is calling upon disturbance in the International Airport of Hong Kong or blocked road using road debris. These will cause very bad effect to the normal lives of residents. The police would like to appeal to everyone that please stay rational and do not participate in these disobedient activities, which has very negative impact on people's lives. And we know that residents are having doubts about the letter of objection. In the past 2 months, the police has received 9,000 increase, and they've given us feedbacks about the letter of objection or the letter of non-objection. With the prerequisite of the expression of freedom of expression and assembly, we believe everyone should respect other people's normal life as well. The law and regulations tell us that the police has responsibility to facilitate peaceful demonstration. The police would like to see peaceful demonstrations, and we believe no resident would object to the peaceful demonstrations. So taking the opportunity today, I would like to give a detailed explanation. We have procedures to approve public assemblies. We look at the past histories to see if there were disturbances caused. Actually, in the past 2 months, large-scale public assemblies, more than 80% of them were approved, which means we sent out letter of non-objection. Thank you, Mr. Xie. I would like to use a few minutes to share about the principles that we have in police. When dealing with the public activities, the police has been attaching great importance, and we respect the freedom of speech and assembly. So our policy is to facilitate peaceful demonstrations and processions, to strike a balance, and to minimize the negative impact on the normal lives and the public roads and public functions. Let me share with you with some numbers. From August 2018 to May this year, police has sent out 99% of non-objective letter. And in June and July this year, 84% of the activities were granted with letter of non-objection. 84% of the public assemblies about extradition bill were sent out. So let me reiterate. 84% of the public activity about extraction bill were granted with letter of non-objection. On Article 100 and 208, there is the statutory of notification. It is clearly stated that processions and assemblies, if the number of crowd has exceeded the ordinance or law, police shall be notified in advance. In fact, in many countries and regions, such statutory ordinance exist. So after the receipt of the notice, we would make contact with the organizers in time to communicate and coordinate. We analyze their intention, the number of participants, procession rules, days. This is a comprehensive and independent risk analysis because we need to analyze the affected areas' possible traffic impact or the impact to the road users. So with this legal framework, we conduct our analysis. We have four legitimate purposes clearly stated. First of all, to safeguard national safety, public safety, and public order. The fourth one is to protect others' rights and freedom. For the demonstrations and processions which have notified us, when we analyze the conditions, we have to guarantee the above-mentioned legitimate intentions first. And on imposed conditions, there are two major factors. First of all, the necessity. Secondly, the balance and suitability to ensure the guarantee of the basic rights of peaceful demonstration and procession. To put it simply, when we are analyzing and reviewing processions or assemblies, we have a prudent manner to conduct these analyses within a legitimate framework. And we coordinate with the organizers to facilitate the peaceful demonstration. Although condition is imposed, if the four legitimate purposes are not met, then we shall consider to send out the letter of objection to a demonstration or processions. I've listed some numbers just now. So those were the principal situations within the legal framework. Let me brief you about the arrest numbers yesterday. Yesterday, the police arrested two persons, one male at the age of 49 and one female at the age of 23. The male, on August 14th in Satim, he assaulted a police officer. So he's charged of unlawful assaulting police officers and unlawful assembly. And about this 23-year-old female, and she's charged with the assaulting of the Chinese mainland journalist. She's charged of unlawful detention and unlawful assaulting others. And earlier today, at Eastern Law Court, two court sessions were held. Up until now, 179 police officers sustained injury. In Sunday evening, a female police officer, during her duty in the headquarters of the government building, her eyes were targeted by laser guns. So she had to be hospitalized. Yesterday, the police did not fire any bullets or use any grenades. I would like to make some clarifications as well. Somebody alleged that in Sunday, police unlawfully stopped medical workers or paramedics. Actually, recently, we've received information saying that some suspicious personnel gathered in a certain venue. And then we received another call from a resident. This resident said he saw some suspicious personnel near his or her home. So around 9 o'clock, our police arrived at the venue and questioned around 14 personnel, out of 13 personnel, and made increase and then released them because the police found nothing funny. Of course, residents would have their concerns if they see strangers lurking around their households. Just like the case that I clarified just now. A summary: the police will not connive any violent incidents. We'll try our best to bring the culprits to justice. I would like to reiterate that we conduct equal and fair investigation. Any disobedient activities with whatever manners are badly affecting residents' lives. The large-scale public assemblies and demonstrations have damaged people's lives, and the diners, the restaurants, and small business owners' operations. So we're being extraordinarily prudent to prevent any negative impact of the public gatherings. I need to reiterate, we respect your freedom of speech and assembly, but please consider others' rights as well. Hong Kong needs to get back to order and normal situation.
The first one is an incident involving police officers assaulting an arrested person in North District Hospital. The second one is about a knife attack in Cheung. Before I start talking about this incident, I would like to send a very strong message to the Hong Kong police do not tolerate